Mac people, how you doing? How you doing, people? Happy Thursday, everyone! Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a great Thursday. And we begin day number 2 of leisure gameplay of TitanQuest. Remember, people, this is a leisure gameplay, something that I would play kind of like offline on my own, but I decided to share it with all of you, contrary to the metaphysical analysis that we generally do here on the channel. We are doing that for Dragons and Online on Tuesdays. So basically, I wanted to share my playthrough here of TitanQuest. Why? Because I'm grinding epic difficulty. This is like a speed run, in a way. I am rushing through all of epic difficulty of TitanQuest. I already finished the game on normal difficulty with every single side quest completed long ago, several years ago. Now I'm doing epic difficulty to access the final legendary difficulty of the game. Why? Because that's the only way you can access the Embers expansion, as you can see in the title description. So let me check that everything is working perfectly. There we go. Thank you. I don't want to listen to myself. Thank you. There we go. So last time we finished all of Greece, the first act, 100%. There you can see it. Here you can see every single act in only one stream of 4 hours. And we even began the second act, Egypt. And as you can see, I'm about to finish the first chapter inside of it, which is chapter 8. Okay, so Embers expansion grind, epic difficulty. This is my legendary one-hit build. I only do basic attacks. They are empowered to such degree, so I don't need to use any abilities. Pretty much that's the philosophy of this build. I concentrate all the damage in my basic attacks. I'm at level 51, as you can see. I also deal adjacent damage. I designed this build myself. I didn't look it up online. It was back in 2009, 2010 when I played the game. So fortunately, the Legacy edition of the game is kind of like compatible with the enhanced edition re-release that they did some years ago. So yeah, pretty much that's the idea. So as you can see, I designed this build myself, and we are not doing any side quests. We are not doing anything at all. We are not doing anything at all. Anything. We are just doing the main story quest, rushing through it, killing everything in our way there with our damage over time effects. There we go. 99. There we go. We got more potions. I looted everything. Ah, well, we have common quality items. Then I think there's an option in the settings to filter normal quality items, I believe. I need to check it out. I never cared for those things. I directly don't loot them. But in this case, in that way, I would straight up not see them on the ground, which would be much more important. For example, this one. They are all common quality. Okay. I need to check that option in the settings. As you can see, my one-hit build, my single attack build, is quite lethal. But the main idea is that I concentrate poison, bleeding, and mana and energy well, energy and life drain, all in my single attacks. I don't deal any other thing, any other type of ability or anything at all, but my basic attacks are lethal, as you can see, people. Okay, first, let me check the options. Is there a way to loot filter broken, filter common, filter up to common. Let's do. Yeah, filter up to common. There we go. Now that one, it disappeared. Okay, you could see that the white names are gone. Perfect. Filter up to common quality items. Map was tab, right? In this game, it was tab. Perfect. Zoom out. Here, you can also make it bigger, I think. Ah, yeah, I have it at the maximum possible. Okay. So, the objective, let me check. Bring the scroll to Imhotep in Memphis. Okay, it's the city that we are just about to enter. Perfect. We are on track, people. If you want to consider this shit a speedrun, whatever, fine by me, no problem. But the idea is that, there we go. We unlocked. So look at that. I saved right outside of a city I had to go to. There we go. I'm Hotep. There we go.
I am relieved to see you. Things have not gone well. We were horribly unprepared to battle a powerful Telkin. No one has seen one since the war between the Titans and the gods. But now they seem to be everywhere. It is more important than ever that we proceed with the invocation ceremony. Only the gods can protect us. Thank you for retrieving the scroll of invocation. Now, let me see. To complete the ritual of invocation, we must first collect the Eye of Chaos and the Hand of Balance. The Eye is rumored to be somewhere beyond the Fayum Oasis. I believe the Hand of Balance is in Giza. Recover these artifacts and bring them to me. Only then can we summon the gods. But be on your guard. In these times, peril lurks at every turn.
Alright. Would you look at that, people? We are making a lot of progress quite fast. So, already chapter 9. Look at that. Would you look at that, people? We are progressing so fast. We'll ignore everything. I could update my gear and everything. Blah 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 blah. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. We are just going to. I want to push through this whole difficulty and go straight for legendary. No, now I don't know if that will actually be possible at all, because I'm already level 51 and the mobs are level 51. So I may have to farm a bit. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see if it's possible at all. I'll do my best effort to make sure that we make it there. Besides, at the rate that I'm farming, at the rate that I'm killing, like this, I should have enough experience as to keep up with the main story. I don't know where exactly I'm supposed to go. This is a common tactic that I use, going through the border of the terrain, using the border of the terrain to to explore the whole map in that sense. What the? Oh. Okay, they have some spells now, these mobs. Won't save you from my lethal basic attacks. Mysterious Tomb. I have to find those two objects that the sorcerer mentioned to me. We have to find those two objects, people. Ah yes, sometimes I even create those. I think it's a 2%, a 5% chance of when I'm attacked for that to happen. Something quite low. What's this one? For one position views with frozen. Okay. Slowing enemies greatly. Okay. My attacks also slow them, I think. Normally. Not as much as they will with this boost, but... Alright, the only problem is when ranged attackers kind of like trap or stun me. That's the thing. As you can see, it's a one-hit kill build. Basically, as soon as I touch them, they die immediately. There we go. Come on, I want legendary difficulty. We have to... Well, I don't know if then it will scale faster than my current level. That will be a severe problem in that sense. That will be a severe problem. That will be a severe problem. There we go. That one was 56. Here we have another bonus. Some shit like that. We should find those two objects that we are looking for. More or less. Here. Okay. We should find those two objects somewhere over here. People. The other day I was playing Star Wars Your Republic. And I realized something terrible, that to find a 10 point mastery datacron, I had to do the main story. So we have to finish Knights of the Eternal Throne eventually. The other day I realized that as I was kind of like, I wanted to just farm the datacron, to just get it, because it gives you 10 points of extra mastery, which would be like the main stat, the willpower, the strength, depending on class. It's basically mastery there. So it's a 10-point datacron, and I realized I want to ensure I didn't skip the stuff that I needed to loot. What did I? Was it near the Fayum Oasis? From Giza, the pyramids. Okay, let's proceed. It's a quite huge desert. Fayum Desert. There we go. It was the oasis. Well, always before an oasis, there's a desert. There's a desert. Yeah. Okay, so as I was mentioning, I wanted to get a datacron, right, to increase my willpower, strength, whatever, by 10 points, right? And I suffered the rude awakening. I suffered a rude awakening of knowing that for that I have to finish the rest of the stories. Like when I did Knights of the Fallen Empire, right, people? Then I need to finish Knights of the Eternal Throne. Now I see what people do most of the time. They finish them on story mode and just call it a day. They just call it a day and proceed with all of that shit. It's not gonna be my case, people. I'm going to finish it on master mode. I don't see why would story mode is a joke. So yeah, I'll do it on master mode straight up. Now the question is if I should record it offline or I should stream it. That's the key. I said I would do so, that I would stream those. So yeah, pretty much I feel tempted. But if I do that, it will be way too slow because I'll only have 4 hours per week, and I want to do that fast. So yeah, but if I don't record it with my comments and everything, it does lose a bit of interest, I must say. So I don't know what to do. Maybe once we are done with a lot of the other games, I don't know. That one drops the thingy that we had to loot. No, it was just a boss, but not enough. Okay, whatever. Ah, look at that. We're getting more experience from mobs since they've gotten to our current level. That's the thing. Oh shit. Oh, that's what can kill you, people. See, that's what can kill you. Those ranged attacks. That's why Tachan killed those there. Ah, it was a hero monster killed. Oh, look at that. You depleted my mana. That's not common.
You can't hold anymore.
Really? Hey, we're looting amazing stuff here.
You can't carry anymore.
Shit, it's way too big. Where is it? 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 This thing. Ah, well, they are not properly organized. See, I always have the same shit problem. I always have the same shitty problem of not having enough room for my shit. Is that you loot way too much? Could be. Could be Diogenes syndrome. Could be, people. Could be. It could be. I will not deny that. Perfect. This one is complete. Oh, this one. Give me that. Could be, people. Could be, but that's the point. That's the point. I could open a portal and drop my stuff, but we will lose time, and I'm not willing to do that. So I have to do the story. So I don't know where I could, how to do it. We'll see. We'll see because it also loses a lot without my incredible comments about the game. It loses a lot of charm without my face if I record it kind of like without my face. So yeah, people. So yeah. I don't know. There we go. There we go. Amazing. Poison. I need to remember to replenish my mana if I eventually run out of it, because then the the poison attacks are automatically deactivated. That's the thing. See, like that, they have a mana drain. I think there. That was a mana drain. Need to be careful with that. I also drain mana with my attacks. It's a quite important mechanic in this game. It's absolutely incredible that I wanted to check this for Dragon's Online's analysis. Here, this one provides the poison damage. It deals deadly poison, but the basic attacks only deal kind of like that type of damage. But what about the other ones? So spellcasting. As you can see, the damage is all the same type. It doesn't have different types of damage. It doesn't have an elemental system implemented to it. Like, yeah, the poison, that's it, but there's no difference in terms of... Well, there are some enemies that are immune to poison if they are like constructs or something, but beyond that, the elemental damage is determined by the weapons. Like here, physical damage, slower attack for 3 seconds, 25% extra damage to giants, total 9 damage of a of a complete relic there. Energy leech resistance, energy and energy regeneration, health and health regeneration, and vitality. -6 health regeneration per second. Right, that's why I don't recover health. Profane lamellar braces of vitality, poison resistance, poison retaliation when I get attacked, and it enhances poison damage. That's why I have that. Here you have the defenses, people. Pierce resistance, physical resistance, bleeding resistance, lightning resistance, cold, frost resistance, poison resistance, vitality resistance, and fire resistance. Yeah, basically the best thing that I see why I see why that giant construct dealt so much damage to me, because he only dealt the physical attacks. That's the thing. Ironically, I'm only, look at that, 172 attack speed. Damage per second there. Okay, so I have to keep my eyes peeled for something that beats this. Physical resistance, strength, and dexterity energy. Stun resistance, oof, that's quite important. Health or regeneration, that would compensate this. Good. Grants skill rally. Defensive ability, strength plus 25. Mm. If I do this, I start recovering health, right? Because it should. Because it should. Require dexterity and reduction. Oh, that's a problem then. Okay, yeah. I need to. I need to remain vigilant for the build. I need to remain vigilant for the build, for the build, for the loot, because this game is extremely dependent. Hey, we made it! Look at this.
Good to meet you. I'm glad to see a new face.
Alrighty. Alright.
Once there were two lands, the kingdom of the Upper Nile and the
Yeah. They tell you real Egyptian and Greek legends. They tell you real Egyptian and Greek legends. In case you are interested. Alright. He said near the Eye of Chaos in the region near the Fayum Oasis. Near the region. Near it. I also love that the game has a day-night cycle. That's something that has always been fascinating. Don't worry, it's not that the mobs respawn, it's a different group. If you look at it, I was killing. Let me move. Thank you. There we go. Alright, there we go. There we go. Near the Fayum Oasis. I presume it's just not. It's not just given to you by the mobs, right? I bet I'll have to. I will have to enter that cave. I see a point of interest there. That Giza passage. No, then. Well, this region is quite big, not immensely big, but it's big enough as for me to not deduce where I have to search for this shit. Let me sell my stuff.
Weapons, armor, potions, bows, and staves. What would be your choosing?
My choosing is. I know it's less damage. My choosing is selling shit. Harrow 73 to 80, radio, very fast. 11% reduction of enemies' health? I haven't seen that on normal difficulty. 10% chance of a 4-second stun. Oh wow, that's quite brutal. Life. Oh. Oh. This one is very fast, right? And it has pierce ratio. Hey, I'm looting quite good stuff. Give me back my the throwing ones. 6% of attack damage converted to health. Yeah, but compare that to this massive amount of damage and it's not enough. No, I'd rather remain in melee because this is like throwing. It's a throwing dagger. Well, let me sell this. Electrified Alexandrian Broadsword of Thunder. Ah, this was my previous blade that I was using by the time I finished normal difficulty. I remember it still has the the relic that I have to remove. It still has the relic that I have to remove. I need an alchemist. Fast? No. Anything below very fast attack speed? I don't like it. No, no. Then I will put all the relics where they in my stash where they are meant to go. This shit, it's a quest item I cannot destroy it, sadly. Should not pick that quest. Remove this, we remove this. Apple's Vetter's Bracer. Physical resistance, speed resistance, dexterity, health, 21% attack speed. Nice. And it would fix the problem of the health regeneration. But it does not enhance through a percentage my poison damage. Okay, I'll keep them though. They look quite good. The regents for Tome of Transfiguration. Ah yeah, the recipes for. Yeah, but you need to get completed relics for that shit. It takes a lot of time. Shield, no. This is more than double the armor. It gives me 15% strength. And health. I would lose a bit of physical resistance. Yeah, but the armor is double. It's double the armor. That's the problem. Then I need to remove the relic from the Divine Growth. Yeah, I have to remove the relic from this one and from this one because they are completed relics. Sell that shit. This is another throwing knife. Physical damage 25. They deal a bit less of base damage, right? It deals lightning damage. Yeah, but the one I have it also deals. It increases attack speed by 64%. That's brutal. This one there to compensate the health regenerate. Careful because you can have a negative health regeneration in this game. And I have them. Look at this. This is what I meant. That's why I knew there was a reason why I couldn't remove that shit. You can have negative health regeneration. That's also or negative mana regeneration. That's something amazing of this game. Elemental resistance, lightning resistance, dexterity, total speed, minus 23 recharge, plus 2 to rune weapon, to all skills of hunting mastery. The ones I have increase the amulet I have increases strength. So yeah. We have the other throwing dagger. We'll leave those there. Move that. This one moves here. This one, look at that. We looted some good stuff in the end. All right. But 256 armor. Damn it! My tuning, my gear is outdated in just one chapter. Cold resistance, lightning resistance would be 53% reduction in poison duration. That's amazing. Plus 27 health regeneration. 120-second recharge. Grants a skill Briar Ward. Activating upon taking range damage. A protective grove of briars grows around you that enemies cannot pass through. It has a 2-minute recharge. Increasing projectile speed. Teutoburg tunic. Brian's redemption. It has less cold resistance, but it does have lightning. Health and energy regeneration. Experience gain 10%, damn it. 33% less damage from undead. Wow. Seems quite good. 11 chance to dodge attacks. 10% chance to project. Reckless offense. I would lose the poison resistance. Yeah, I need to update the armor. I bet with this shit I can. Is the health regeneration positive or not? Nope, doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. So this. Hey, I should start filtering like yellow quality items, but no, because I sell them. 26% attack speed. Oh, that's nice. I think it would compensate all of those problems, huh? 26% extra attacks. Even faster. It will reach a point in which I will... What about this? 197, look at that. It will reach a point in which I will... See, there you have minus 6% health regeneration per second. But it amplifies my poison damage. And it has that poison retaliation. I sell this. I'll keep my Teutoburg tunic there. It's incredible how fast gear can become outdated. Can become outdated in this game. Yeah, I didn't manage my inventory last time. Should have done it off stream, but well, doesn't matter. Do we have a stash here so I have more room to loot, or is it just no, it's a minor town. Okay, we have to find the two objects. This will make us lose a lot of time. I see it. I can see it, but well, doesn't matter. You know, naturally, characters in this game do recover health, like naturally, but since I have a negative health regeneration ratio because of the bracers that enhance my poison damage, yeah, I don't recover it naturally. Okay, come on, quality. I presume Temple of Azum. Main quest updated. The invocation. What? Oh. Do you have the stuff I'm looking for? I bet you deal poison damage. Scorpion King? Eye of Chaos, there it is, people. Here. Magnificent. What? Fuck, you're stunned. It deals poison damage, this thing, probably. Magnificent. Easy. Look at that. First boss of the day dead, and we got the Eye of Chaos. Amazing physics, by the way, people. Magnificent. We are making progress. That was easy. Yeah, I needed a bit of a better armor, and with that, I could survive the blows from the boss monsters. And with that, that's enough for me to survive enough time to deal my brutal amount of damage with my legendary one hit basic attack, one hit kill build, basically. I just enhance the basic attacks as much as possible without using any abilities, and that compensates for the rest. That's the idea. My basic attacks deal poison, bleeding, piercing, energy drain, life leech, all types of damage in a matter of seconds because of my enhanced attack speed. Okay, so I don't do any abilities. I don't use any abilities. That can be a problem with ranged enemies that stun you, but except for that case, that specific case of being surrounded and stunned, basically like this, I can touch them, as you can see, and the poison does the job. This allows me to farm experience and everything quite fast, as you can see there. And like this, we should be able to get to legendary difficulty extremely fast, and finally get to the Embers expansion. People, remember that I need to that you need to finish the game on normal and epic difficulties to access the Embers expansion. Now let's get to the... we have to get to Giza, to the next zone, so we have to go through the passage. That was more or less over here. Yeah, I remember it was more or less over here. So basically that's the idea, people. As I mentioned in the previous stream, basically TitanQuest is, without a doubt, a paramount achievement of the isometric action RPG genre. I think it was this one or the other one. Fayum Passage? Yeah, I think it's this one, right? Pretty much. Let me check the other ones. But basically, that's the idea. This is Sunset Cave. No, it has to be this one. It has to be this one. It's the only exit of the map. TitanQuest was a paramount achievement of the isometric action RPG genre, as back in the day, back in 2006, in this generation, in the 6th generation we are talking about, the void left behind by Diablo 2 in terms of 2D isometric action RPG games was quite big, and the transition had not been done by then, by 2006, people. If you think about it, people were, and are still, most of the player base still played, and still plays, Diablo 2 being a 2D isometric action RPG game, the father of all of them. But in this transition period, we need to look at the context, as we explained in the previous stream. Basically, the void left behind by Diablo 2 wasn't covered because the transition to 3D was still a problem for the gaming industry. Even back in 2006, after the 5th generation, in the 90s, had already passed, in that sense, with the PS1 and the proliferation of 3D gaming as a whole, had already happened in a lot of cases, but it affected all genres, without a doubt. I cited the example of the real-time strategy genre last Thursday, for example, how it severely affected the genre. You can see that people are still playing Age of Empires 2 to this day, which is in 2D. And the isometric action RPG genre, as we had discussed the other day, was also hit by the transition to 3D. For example, think about, as I always mention, the following games, the following isometric action RPG games: Loki, The Hand of God. They are all unknown 3D isometric action RPG games that were quite flawed. In what? You may be wondering that watching this as a YouTube bot or as a Twitch bot, why were they flawed? Because of the point and click system. Basically, the transition from 2D to 3D, as we explained for the RTS genre previously when we played Spellforce and Dungeons and Dragons Dragon Shard and the others, the rest of the RTS games. Basically, the transition from 2D to 3D caused a lot of troubles for all of the genres, not only the RTS genre. In the case of the... It's just that they had different effects. For the RTS genre, it was the pathfinding of the units. For example, that they were clunky. It wasn't precise. Here, it was something similar with the isometric action RPG genre, that is Diablo clones, as they are known nowadays, but you know that we cannot have relative definitions in any analysis that we do, because otherwise we are not defining the metaphysical entity in absolute terms first, in that sense. So, as I've been mentioning, people, the problem with the isometric action RPG genre was the point-and-click system. You have complete control over the unit in that sense, instead of the RTS genre. And the problem was that the point-and-click system, this moving the mouse and clicking on the terrain, was not precise at all. Not precise at all. That sounds like so far away, so distant in the past, like something that must have happened thousands of years ago. No, people, it wasn't the case. Basically, as we read the articles on previous streams in previous years and everything, the idea is that the transition from 2D to 3D was much bigger than what most of us remember. In that sense, Loki, The Hand of God, and many other isometric action RPG games had issues moving the character on the map and being precise, selecting, like doing this, selecting and attacking enemies. Even TitanQuest, this enhanced edition, has that issue, if you think about it, because you can see that my character sometimes, as I select them, see that there are micro movements at some point. You could see that there was one there. Here you can see kind of like a reminiscence, a bit of a problem left behind by that, in that sense. You can see that it's a reminiscence of what the genre was suffering back then, right? So you can see people that you can see people that while the genre has freed itself from those limitations, because nowadays it's quite precise, it's extremely precise. In modern games, think about, I don't know, Diablo 4 or Path of Exile, in that sense. Think about those, and it's quite precise. It has improved, without a doubt. It has improved. But the thing is that it wasn't always like that. And the transition from 2D to 3D did play a huge role in causing issues in all of the genres, and that had a lot of consequences, as we were discussing precisely with Jacob and Ambra by the end of the Greek section last Thursday, precisely as we started the leisure gameplay of this one. The idea is that people still, one huge proof of this is that people still play 2D isometric action RPG games like Diablo 2. Diablo 2 is still played even today. That's a huge proof, and Age of Empires 2 as well, in the case of the RTS genre. That's a huge alibi. It's a huge element that proves that 2D in the isometric action RPG genre and the RTS genre, let's not even talk about 2D platforming, they arguably since 2006 with the return of on the Nintendo DS with New Super Mario Brothers, basically with New Super Mario Bros. 2D has arguably become even more predominant. You can see that we are having remakes of 3D PlayStation games like Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy or the Spyro Reignited Trilogy or whatever, and well, it was the other way around in the end. 2D returned with more strength than 3D games. Well, I bet you can see by now that with all of those elements,
You can't carry, you have no more room.
the transition from 2D to 3D was quite chaotic, if you think about it. It was quite chaotic, and it affected the isometric action RPG genre without a doubt,
Your inventory
as well, because this is what happens. Most of us, when we think about the transition from 2D to 3D, we tend to think of the platforming genre because of the dominance, let's say, because of the dominance of the consoles in that sense, but not the impact it had on 3D games that are commonly played on PC rather than consoles. That's the key. That most of the time we don't think about the impact it had on PC genres. Contrary to that. Okay, so Lair of the Sphinx, Great Pyramid of Khufu. We have to find the other object, people. We have to obtain the Hand of Balance from Giza. It says Pyramid of Khufu. Yeah, you have to stop the curse there, I believe. Experience Shrine, Battle Marker. Oof. Attack speed increased. Say your prayers. So I can push it even farther. Even further, the attack speed. Look at that. What do we have here? Giza Plateau. Okay, let's go. Let's group them together. Oh, they are ranged attackers. And they don't miss their attacks. Look at that. Amazing. There we go. There we go. It should be somewhere here. Over here, the passage. One hit kill. There we go. There we go. This one? Maybe this one has the loot that we are looking for. Ranged attackers first. Evade. This is how I do it. Kill some melee attackers there. I need to touch them so the damage over time starts ticking. Are they immune to poison? I think they are immune to one of my because that's way too slow. Yeah, of course the spirit is not bleeding. Yeah, we know that. The spirit is not bleeding. Wait, what? Side quest updated the missing brother?
No, stay back! Don't go in there. It's gone mad. It won't obey me.
It won't obey you? What? What? Ah, this one. Hey Susu, Neb, F, Ancestral Guardian, dead. That was easy. Quest updated the missing brother. All common quality. Nothing else. It's done.
It's dead, isn't it? Oh, I had hoped to use it against the monsters. It should have followed my command. It was as if it was possessed. My sister, Tatori, must be...
Well, I get some experience, but I didn't want to do the side quests. I wanted to get to... Is this a dead end? Could it be? Yeah, it's a dead end. It's a fucking dead end. Shit. Wrong turn, player. Wrong turn. Wrong turn. I should have gone the other way. Aha, what's that? So, wait, what? Hang on a second. Hang on a second, what's that? Let me check that. Fium? Oh, wait. Fium is further in the map than this? That's curious. That's curious because the object we are looking for. Shit, this is making me waste time, people. Well, waste time. I'm enjoying the game, but I don't know in which fucking dungeon. Careful, this is a hard counter against my build. They don't take poison damage. It's just like the constructs. Look at how much time it's taking me because of the lack of, due to the lack of poison damage. It should be there. That was fast. See how fast it is when they actually take the poison damage. No. But as you can see, there are like some micro movements. There you could see them. There are some micro movements in which the point and click system actually fails. We may be getting killed here, but I don't care. It seems to be the correct way. Let me check the detection range if they follow me. They didn't follow me. Good. We can use that too. Oh! These ones do take at least energy damage. They are not taking poison, I think. Stupid ranged attackers. That's a summoner. Ah, okay. Ah, yeah, those are zombies. They do take damage. They are still not technically dead, so they still can be poisoned and still can be and still can bleed. Okay, need to be careful with that. Careful with that. I think it bugged there, but it turned into a different monster, something like that. There, bleeding. The summoner. The summoner, the summoner. Nice. This one? Maybe you have the object that I'm looking for? Mana drain, it's over. Thank you. There we go. So fast. Hey, they are dropping all common quality items. I made the right call filtering those. What did I get? Okay, this is way too many skill points. Unspent. Okay, with this one I increase the base bleeding damage. With this I increase the base bleeding damage. And with this one I enhance the percentage of that bleed damage. And this adds 2 points of strength. Of that one of health. Okay. Let me do it proportionally. So we'll do... We'll increase the base damage like this, and this one like this. Perfect. So it's 249, and the percentage is also increased. Cool. Amazing. With that, we should have bleeding as bleeding up to date as well. Anyways, I'm using outdated gear, but no matter. Okay, let's see if this... If we can find the second magical object in here. Hopefully it's not a side quest. Oh, more constructs. I need to be careful. These ones don't bleed. These ones don't bleed. And they cannot be poisoned as well. Need to be careful. They are like my perfect counter. The counter against my build. Because I only deal my raw damage. But it doesn't matter. Because my attack speed will deal with them. Even if they are level 50. Ah, this one is 55. This one. I should have attacked this one. My bad. Alright. Not enough. There we go. See that I'm not dealing any bleeding or poison damage, which is my... It's pure attack speed. It's like a hard counter against my build, in that sense. Because it blocks, like, also... they also don't have energy, for example. It blocks life steal, energy steal. It blocks, like, all of the types of damage that my basic attack does. Hand of Balance, look at that. I was right. Magnificent. Let me loot it. Where is it? There we go. Much better. Much better, much better, much better. Okay.
Your inventory is full.
Well, I picked the right zone for that boss. We've already dealt with the 2 bosses. So with this we should be able to go back and proceed. It's incredible. We did all of the Greek chapter in one stream. And now so we have to go back to Memphis and report back. So basically the idea is that we did all of the Greek chapter in one single stream on epic difficulty with my build, with my one hit kill build. And oh, he's there.
The eye of chaos
And we will do the whole Egyptian streaming
to form the scepter of eternity,
today,
an
basically,
artifact of great power. Now,
in 4
let us
hours.
make haste and perform the ceremony.
Embodiment of Judge of Horus and 2 attribute points. Okay. It failed.
Why, this cannot be. How could we fail? all that we tried to accomplish has been in vain. It is clear to me that the gods cannot help us. We are now truly on our own. Ah, we must never stop trying. The Telkeen that has been rampaging through Egypt has ravaged a number of sites guarded by the Order of Prometheus. These sites hold powerful artifacts from the ancient war. Clearly, the Telkeen is looking for something. Because of the artifacts' mysterious powers, we of the Order have guarded the hidden sites for thousands of years. Now, there is only one site that has gone untouched in all of Egypt. In my blindness, I ignored all this because I thought the gods would save us. I was truly a fool. You must go to the tomb of Ramses, the last site in the Valley of the Kings. Head up the Nile to Thebes, and from there to the valley and the tomb. Look for signs of the Telkeen's passage. Whatever he's searching for must not fall into his hands. When you have accomplished this task, meet me in Thebes. Now that we cannot count on the gods to save humanity, we must count on our heroes. Go now!
Got it. Look at that. We are done with... Look at that. Look at this. Both chapters done in 1 hour. In 1 hour, people. In 1 hour. That's amazing. That's an amazing pace. That's an amazing pace to be progressing through the game. That's amazing. That's amazing. We are about to finish the game at a record speed. We're about to finish it at a record speed. There we go. Innocent. There. Nice. Extra experience. Oh, damn it. Grand health potion, superior health potion. Was that an experience? No. Battle. There we go. I'm so proud of this build, people, that I designed back in the day. There we go. Look at that, how they... I love how fast they fall when I attack them. I love it. There we go. The Upper Nile, Ring of Intellect there. Magnificent. Whoa. Repugnant Decay, magical. Oh, what? Ah, my basic attacks also slow them. They also slow them down. It's a quite amazing feature as well. So bleeding, poison, life steal, mana steal, thieves outskirts. This will be... I don't know if it will be some kind of world record. I could go faster, I guess. Just like ignoring the mobs if I was at the highest level. But it doesn't matter. Fucking stuns. Oh no! No, stop it, stunned. See, this is what I mentioned to you people. What did I say? What did I say some minutes ago? Being stunned with a lot of ranged attacks. What did I say? It was that precisely being stunned with a lot of ranged attacks is the only way they can pretty much kill me. Recover experience. This is like Dark Souls in that sense. You can reclaim your experience as long as you're not stupid enough as to die twice in the same spot. That one gave me extra experience, I think, because there's no buff there. As you can see, I let the damage over time distribute. In that sense, there, perfect. We had to...
You have no more room.
Ah, Really? Again, this is full again. There we go. Tomb entrance? No, no. Let's go. Let's get to the city. Let's get to the city. Let's get to the city. Oh, boss monster. Shit. If they stun me, we're as good as dead. Like that. Yeah. See? See, I know this game is going to. So like this, I attract them as I apparently retreat. But the damage over time does its job in the meantime, like this. They're like surgical incisions. There we go. What? Why do we have common quality not filtered again? No. Filter common. Let's go. Filter common. There you go. Alright. There we go. Just filter common quality. What happened there? Didn't work. Ah, it returns. Okay, well then fuck it. Then fuck it. When you press Alt, they appear again. I see why I didn't do that. Then it's broken or some shit. I should probably update my gear, but eh, I think it's more than enough. As long as we are not going up against constructs that kill you in one blow. One touch, they die, they die, they die. There we go. Perfect. See? Like this is easy to farm experience as well, people. It's easy to farm experience because they... There we go.
You can't hold anymore.
Oh, you can hold. Alright. I bet we are getting to it. They didn't drop anything. Nope. Because those drop the plumage for a quite powerful relic, I remember. Reptilian Centurion, Reptilian Overseer, let me drain their mana. Without your mana, those mages are useless. Ah, you can drain all of your mana.
Your inventory is full.
Okay. Did I loot that shit? No. Give me that. Okay.
You can't hold anymore.
No, to hell with it. To hell with it, people, I hate that. Okay, we've arrived. Yes. Okay.
One more relic to pry off, and I'll scream.
Time to recover my shit. Recover the relic or charm. Recovering the relic will destroy the item. Yes, it's double the damage. Yes. Give me the Penclaw. Alright. Finally my completed relic. There. Percent of attack damage converted to health. Okay. Kingslayer. Greater artifact. Huh, you need 2 artifacts and a completed relic. That's absolutely crazy. Give me a second, people. That's quite... Damn it. There we go. That's quite interesting. That's quite interesting, people. Quite interesting in that sense. I need to get my hair cut, yes. I I indeed need to get my hair cut. It gets out of control extremely fast. Extremely fast. I don't know if it happens to you people, but in my case it grows so fucking fast that it's every 2-3 months. So yeah. Okay, so I recovered my relic. If I remember correctly, I can apply directly. Let me remove this charm. Ah, but it will destroy this. It will destroy that. We'll have to create some relics maybe. We'll have to create some relics, but
100 bat fangs.
in the meantime, this one has 33% life leech, pierce damage, 20% chance of 93% total damage now. Clearly, the, the the weapons that I'm using from normal difficulty from several years ago, they are quite powerful. Well, this one has an extra 15% attack speed, like free, but still. Look at that. The other one, this sword has a lower pierce ratio. This one has 30% pierce ratio, which is a lot for this difficulty and part of the game. Okay, so let me apply the Peng Claw to it. I forgot how this shit worked. Aha! It doesn't work? Damn it.
I need all the regions, or I can't help you.
Okay, yeah. I don't remember how that shit worked then. Didn't you just apply it to the web? I think you had to, maybe you need to have it like this. You can't apply a relic or charm to an epic or legendary item. Ah, now I see. Now I see. Okay. I see. Okay. I didn't remember that limitation. Okay, no worries. Then let's keep going. At least I could get the relic there. Then I can come back at any time and do all of those things. Let me empty my inventory for a sec. We are progressing at such good speed that we'll finish everything. I'll be able to access legendary difficulty in no time, people, huh? My one-hit build was better than what I originally remembered. Quite proud of that build, without a doubt. Let me place this here. Let me place this here. This will all be useful then when I have to create the relics. Trust me, that's how this game works. There we go. Yeah, perfect. That should do it for now. Points. We will. For now, we are okay on energy. We are okay on health. Then let's go for the OBS. strength. So we deal even more damage. We are pretty much good on all of those fronts. If you feel that you are
Open the
ever
door at this time.
getting killed quite fast, need more potions, you are ever killed quite fast, just increase your health. That's all. There we go. So we don't have to come back in a good time. And main quest, Telkin in Egypt, search for the Telkin in the Valley of Kings. I have to take the main quest, could it be?
You cannot open this door.
Okay. Here, Thieves Portal. I have to find the Imhotep, the sorcerer, more or less. Here. Sorry, people. It's been kind of like what, more than 10 years since I played this game. Search for the Telkin in the Valley. Defeat the Telkin in the Valley of Kings. Ah, straight up, go for the Telkin. Straight up, go for the Telkin. Okay, let's go. Well, there's only one way to go, huh? Deceased plumage, that one. I think it was that one. That one. Look at this. 4% extra poison damage. That's why I always love that one. It directly enhances the type of damage that I deal. It directly affects like the exact type of damage that I deal. Like exactly that one. So yeah. Absolutely amazing. So it's absolutely majestic that this game, the elemental system, if you think about it, depends on the ability, but it affects the basic attacks, right? Because they can be passive in that sense. It's quite unique. It's quite unique. Quite unique. There we go. So, did I activate that? Yeah. There it is. There it is, people. There it is. Oh, stop. I'm lowering this curtain. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Look at that, the retaliation damage does work, at least. We could verify that. The passive retaliation damage does work. In that sense. That one is... That one is a positive one. I love the footsteps, how they designed that. That's for sure. Oh, go. Oh, insectoid there. Ah, you can have more than one boost at a time. Look at that. Okay, and what's that one? I think I never seen that one in a while. How quickly you gain experience? Damn it! I know what that may be, but maybe it's for completed quests. I don't think so. That gave me extra experience there. Oh, a caravan in the middle of nowhere. Nice. Valley of Kings. This is it, people. We made it to the end of the Egyptian chapter. Look, What? 1 hour and 20 minutes. Well, I mean, this is what I call speed, and I wasted a bit of time. I wasted a bit of time. Granted, I didn't manage my gear a lot. I did kind of like very fast, but still, and 1 hour and 20 minutes is quite fast. Tomb of Amenhotep 1, the first. There you have it, people. Aha, no poison damage here. All skeletons. Yeah, one of my dots is actually working there. One of my dots. Hey, amazing tomb. I always love the ambience of this game. It's absolutely perfect. Need to be careful. Spirits, constructs. These are all things. These are all enemies that I think they are being poisoned. Some of them. I think they are being poisoned, but they are definitely not bleeding. Otherwise, it would be much faster. They are either being poisoned. Nice. It was a trap chest. That is quite common in this game. It's quite common. Am I making money, by the way? Yeah, I started at 21 million, I think it was. And I'm at 24. Close to 25. Yeah. There's no gear degradation in this game, huh? That's something, at least not as far as I know. That's something quite positive. The fire trap, of course, does not bleed and cannot be... Yes, something is dealing damage. I think it's the lifesteal. I think it's only the lifesteal out of all of my dots. I think it's only the lifesteal. I think it's only the lifesteal that is dealing the damage. Yeah, it's the lifesteal. No poison, no bleeding, of course, because it's an object. In that sense, this game is realistic. When I apply all of the dots, you will realize because they take a lot of extra damage. And as I increase my attack speed, it's even worse. So yeah. Wrong tomb? Could be. Definitely wrong tomb. Or not. There's another... It's poison, I think. Yeah, it's poison. It's the poison damage. They're not bleeding. Oh, fuck this shit. Ah, I took damage from the trap there. Damn it. Wrong tomb. This is like the second chapter of Diablo in which you have to find the tomb or what? Scarabs? I'm spending a lot of money on potions since my natural health regeneration is being nullified because of those bracers, those poison bracers, but they do enhance my damage a lot, so yeah. Pretty much, people. You should use those there. So yeah, right now I'm in the huge mental debate if I should Tomb of Hammond. This is worse than Diablo 2, as you can see. Tomb of Hammond 3, the third. And we have to pick the tomb. This is paying homage to Diablo. This is paying homage to Diablo. Homage or homage, whichever pronunciation you like, people. Okay, this one is Tomb of Seti the First. Alright, now they changed the name. They changed the names, at least. That's the difference. What about this one? The other one was the Tomb of Tal Rasha, the 9 Tombs of Tal Rasha, or the 7 Tombs of Tal Rasha. Here at least they changed the names. And I have to pick the right one. Oh, what would we do without Diablo? Creating such an amazing tradition for the isometric action RPG genre. No, but as you can see, there are some micro movements in the point and click system of this game that are still kind of like wrong, that are still a problem, which is a kind of like a reminiscence, kind of like you can experience. Okay, then let's kill. Let's kill, let's kill, let's kill, let's kill. Let's enter any tomb. That one looks cool. Scorpos. Human scorpions. What about this one? Hey, this one has purple thingies. Maybe this one is the correct one. Oh, damn it, it's full of constructs. Alright, whatever, let's make use of the boost. Well, we can. Forget gold. Extra experience. There we go. What the... There we go, and it's gone. What do I get now? Oh, I should have gone for the monster. I should have gone for the shit, no. I should have gone for the monster. I got a bit carried away because of the boost. Darn it. I got a bit carried away because of the boost. Alright. My bad. No matter. I think it has to be this one, at least those are... The torches are kind of like glowing purple. The other ones have kind of like normal torches. That's usually a good indication. a good sign. The miracle main experience. Alright, he has boosted archers that trap you. No, 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 no. Boosted archers that trap you. That's a trap. No, no, no fair. Not fair at all. There we go. Ah, they are boosted as they get close to him. 62! 10 levels above me? That won't save ya. That would have been useful. Letter to mommy. That would have been useful with the boost. Oh well. Yeah. I ran out of time. Shit. Dead end. Fuck you. Dead end. Okay. Here. Telkin here. The player finishes the chapter without exploring the rest of the tombs like an idiot. Because he was quite lucky. Damn it. Health potion, health potion. Real coffer. Why is it not getting explored?
You can't carry anymore.
You don't say. What a surprise. This game should have infinite inventories, honestly, at this point. Yeah, definitely. You know that this is just An Eastern egg. You know those letters that you find in game that they don't serve any real purpose. I could have sworn this was the correct tomb. I mean, it's the first one I get. Pretty much. But yeah, it had glowing eyes at the entrance. It had glowing eyes. Isn't that like that? And it has the torches there. The other ones didn't have those. Like, alright, they they light on as you as you get close to them. Fuck this shit. And it doesn't tell you which is the correct Tomb of Tal Rasha player. Which could be the correct Tomb of Tal Rasha? This is the same shit. The Tomb of Tal Rasha player. The Tomb of Tal Rasha. Yeah, the Tomb of Tal Rasha. They cannot attack me because they are already slow at attacking, and my attack's also slow. And this one, yes, it has to be this one. Huge hole here. Fuck it. Huge room. Darn it. Alright, they are immune to damage over time. See how used I am to those kinds. To those mobs dying as I get away. You can see how fast I'm clearing them, people. You can see how fast I'm clearing them. And how fast I move as well. Because I also have increased movement speed. Right. Then clearly it see, I'm so used to that shit. Then clearly it's got to be this one. It's the most far away tomb out of all of them. Alright, everyone coming. What the shit? My bad. I meant to activate my potion. This one? It has to be this one. Sarcophagi. It's this one. Of course, the one that is the most far away from the player. How stupid on my part, of course. It has to be the one that forces the player to walk the longest distance, of course. Of course. It has to be like that. It has to be like that, of course. To make sure that the player explores all of the other tombs like an idiot and walks the longest possible distance. Typical from the 90s. Typical. I don't know if it's this one at the end of the day. Let me see. Yeah, it has to be this one. It's the biggest one. I mean, Tomb of Two. What? They are connected or what? Look at that one. At that basic attack build. I still remember when the insane amount of time I spent designing this build back in 2010.
You can't hold anymore.
Oh well, now it's paying off because we are finishing the whole chapter on epic difficulty in what? 1 hour and 30 minutes? That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Like, as you can see here. Except, the only problem is when my basic attacks, when I'm facing an enemy that... is immune to poison, bleeding, lifesteal. Ah, nice. Oh, none of them. I think there's only one that I haven't explored. I think there's only one, and it's that one. The Tomb of Tal Rasha player, the Tomb of Tal Rasha in Diablo 2. I love how they blatantly copied that one. Like they said, no. There needs to be a reference to the second chapter of our main of the previous competition, Tomb of Ramses. This one, it has to be this one. It has to be this one because it's the only one that we haven't explored. Then, in that sense, it has to be this one. This is paying homage or homage to the second chapter in Diablo 2. Like you can see here that they were really trying to make this a successor of Diablo 2 in the transition from 2D to 3D, and they did so. And they did so. In that sense, we can all, I bet we can all agree that this game was pretty much the successor in the transition to 3D, as I was explaining in the as I was explaining last week on Thursday. It was pretty much the void left behind by Diablo 2 was quite huge. Proof of it is that people still play the 2D version of Diablo 2, even with the release of a remake and everything. It's incredible. Imagine how much more dominant Diablo 2 was back in this period. It was like Age of Empires 2 that is still played today in 2D after they released the third one, the fourth one, etc, etc, etc. And many more other RTS games that were from other companies in that sense. You could think that something like StarCraft 2 would have killed Age of Empires 2, and no, as soon as they barely updated Age of Empires 2, it returned with without any kind of problem to be the most popular in that sense. They are immune to poison. Careful, we are at a huge disadvantage here. These mobs, I think that's the summoner. And those ones. That one. My bad. True. The obelisks. I missed one. There we go. Don't worry, as soon as they are vulnerable to bleeding, poison, lifesteal, they'll go down. As you can see, I just touch them. The damage over time does the job, and then we finish off the ones that cause the most damage. That's pretty much the basic strategy of my build. I designed it 10 years ago, people. And with it I finished normal difficulty without any kind of issue, so... Pretty much, with this I should be able to finally get to the Embers expansion. As you can see, I touch, the damage over time does its job, I get to the next target, and as you can see, that one died there, so I distribute my damage over time like that, and then it's just attack speed to finish them off. It's the poison and the bleeding. There. Ironically, it's the same that I used in Path of Exile. It's exactly the same build. 100%. It's the same build. It's exactly the same build in that sense. Bleeding and poison. Bleeding and poison. Bleeding and poison. One after the other. And increasing attack speed in that sense. We should be able to make it to legendary difficulty in no time, like this. Like we are finishing the game with a pace of 1 chapter per day, people. Like 1 chapter per day is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's an absolute, an insane pace to beat the game. Okay. To beat epic difficulty even more. It's not the normal difficulty of the game. Okay, let's see. Has to be this tomb. It's got to be this tomb. There we go. Let's ignore. It has to be this one because it's pretty much the only one. He's the only one. Yeah.
Your inventory is full.
Okay, it's this one. Nice. This one is this one is this one. This one. Tolkien. Oh, level 60. Either I get killed in one blow or this works perfectly. What the? What the? That's interesting. You don't... Ah, they are more powerful. The summons are more powerful. I killed something. Alright, I killed the bosses. Damn it, this thing has a massive reserve of mana. Come on. See, this is the problem that I've been mentioning. Of the point and click system. Nice. A one-hit kill. Nice. Directly a one-hit kill. Nice. Yeah. Perfect. Just what I needed. A one-hit kill. Nice. Didn't I kill all of these guys or did I skip the group? Yes, I definitely killed here. Give me that. Essence of Frost. Okay, got it. Then I need to enhance my relics and gear, I guess. Well, let's go, people. But there you could see some misclicks. I don't know if you saw that I had some issues targeting the Telkin in the boss fight. I don't know if you noticed it. There were like micro movements in which I missed the spot in the point and click system. That is the thing. The point and click system. That's the thing. Ah, he recovers health, of course. In that sense, this game is pretty well done. Shit. I didn't recover my experience. Shit. Shit. That thing. That's a problem. It's a one-hit kill. That's the problem. It's the final boss of the chapter, but it's a one-hit kill. I don't know how fair that shit could be, but it's a one-hit kill. It's a one-hit kill, people. It's a fucking one-hit kill. I should go straight for my experience tomb before I start losing experience. Before I start having a negative ratio. In that sense, the economic system of the game it's amazing because you lose experience points. You don't lose money, as you can see. You lose experience. You lose experience in that sense. So yeah, it's like Dark Souls basically. Darn it. There we go. Alright, let's go straight for my tomb here. There we go. Come on, just stay put and die. Do they have specific spots? Okay, yeah, they are specific spots. I need to remain more or less here in a corner. Alright, so I more or less dispatch them. Okay, I see. Right there, okay. So they are kind of like fixed spots. What if I bring the Telkin here? Ah, he returns to that position when he's about to do that shitty attack or what? Look at that damage over time. He's doing his job. Come on. Come on. Patience. There you go. I bet you won't be able to do that shitty attack once I drain all of your mana. Disrupted. Ha! So that one perfectly. Alright, there was a bit of positioning. Aha. Careful, this is when he activates the other attack. See the pattern, people. Oh, he's also dead. Come on, stupid point and click system. There we go. You're dead, you're dead, you're dead. The damage over time should do it. Why risk it? Nicely done. Cuneiform tablet.
You can't carry anymore.
Mystical orb. Oh no, that's the legendary. Okay.
You have no more room.
Duh. Well, whatever.
You can't carry anymore. You can't carry anymore.
Oh, whatever the fuck. Whatever. What now? Done and done. Ah, no, we are not done. Chapter 9. Take the strange stealth and meet Imhotep in Thebes. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? This one. Here. Let's go. Thieves. Let's go. Looks like we're not done, people. We have 2 more chapters in this
Can
section.
I help you?
Yes. So I remember carrying that sheet. In all of my normal playthrough like an idiot. Venomous Shongo? What's a Shongo? Shongo? Ah, speed fast. Fuck it. Needs to be very fast. Fast is not enough for me. Needs to be very fast. Needs to be very, very fast. No, fast is not enough. That should do it. Potions. Okay, perfect.
Goodbye.
I've done it.
You defeated the Telkin?
Yes.
Excellent. Perhaps there is hope yet. You must get to Babylon. Even now, another Telkin is assaulting that city. What is this tablet that you found? Let me take a look at it. Oh no. I know now what these Telkin were looking for. This tablet reveals that within the Temple of Marduk, below the Hanging Gardens, rests the sickle of Kronos. This sickle was used by the Titans in the Great War and possesses the power to kill even a god. If this sickle is at the Telkin's command, oh, we are all doomed. Hurry, it is most important that you get to Babylon right away. There is no time to go by land or boat. There may be a better way. Go to the Temple of Hatshepsut, where you will find an ancient portal. The Scepter of Eternity is a key to many realms and can be used with the portal to transport you to Babylon. Place the scepter before the portal and walk through. Go with all speed. We may already be too late. There, the gates are open. Go, hero, or I fear to think what will befall us.
Alright, we got some extra experience there. We got some extra experience there. What the fuck? Stream failed, blah 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 blah. Stream stopped working, blah blah blah. Don't tell me it lagged again because of a room. It always tells me that there's a problem or whatever. There we go. Magnificent. Amazing. There we go. Perfect. Okay. People. Hatshepsut's path. Let me activate this real quick because otherwise... Oh! Final chapter! Final chapter, people! We were doing chapter 10. Final chapter. We'll make now we'll make the transition from this chapter to the next, I think. I think that was the final boss, pretty much. That was the final boss, pretty much. Look at that. Looks like we made it. Yeah, there are like spikes in terms of the levels of the bosses, but normal enemies are still within range. I'm at 52. Maybe I will need to farm a bit by the end of the difficulty, but still. Still. One health potion, there, here, bone pile, etc. Superior health potion. Let's see. Temple of Hatshepsut. Oh! I love the ambient soundtrack, you must admit it. You must admit it, people. It's amazing. Big rigid carapace. Carapace. There we go. We go straight into the temple, I guess. Pretty much. There we go. The summoner. Obelisks. There. Temple of Hatshepsut. There we go. We're getting through the whole chapter in a matter of seconds. It's incredible. Less than 1 hour and we are... I think we got to the end. Pretty much. We beat the Telkin. Come on. Look at that. That is quite fast. There we go. This one. Oh wait, there's a legendary there. It's incredible that this game doesn't use the classic Blizzard classification system, and green is actually more valuable than gold. It's absolutely... Oh, another legendary. That's quite lucky. Alright, enough. I think the final chapter was China, I think. Could it be? I think it was Chinese mythology. Don't ask me how from Egypt you get to China, but well, it's there in between Greece, between Greek mythology, in that sense, and Chinese mythology, I guess. No, no, no. It's just that it's all fantasy set. It's just a whole fantasy setting. There we go. Do I have my poison activated? Yeah. It's just that I don't see the light, the green light of the poison all the time. There we go. Quickly. This could be classified as a fucking speedrun, people, I guess. At the speed we're killing. Like, one whole chapter per stream is like crazy. In under 4 hours, that sounds. Like, we did the whole Greek chapter last time. And now we're done with the Egyptian one, pretty much. I think this is the ending. We'll get to the next region straight up. There we go. Another Telkin. No, a demon. Ah, this one is the guardian of the passage. Oh, oh, careful, 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 careful. Ah, it's not as powerful as the Telkin though. The poison and the bleeding should do their job. Their jobs. Look at that damage over time getting to the 10Ks. 11K, 12K. I love it. You have no idea how many things my basic attacks deal with my legendary build. They deal poison, bleeding, life stealing, energy stealing. There was another one. Poison, bleeding, life stealing, energy stealing. They slow them down. They slow enemies down. Oh, we insert that. And to Babylon. Yes. Egyptian chapter finished in less than 2 hours. Epic difficulty. Yay. Final chapter, people. Final chapter. Ah, no. We're still not there in Act 3. Yeah, we're done. We're done. Act 3. Act 3, people. We're there. See how the first act has like 8 chapters? I've always found these curious. The first act has like 8 chapters. Then we go 4. And now we go, well, 4 again. But see how they were running out of development time? Then they did the expansion. But there you can see clearly when the developers are running out of development time. For example, there you can see it clearly. In this genre, it's exposed like crazy. Fast speed, no, no. Lustrous scale bracers. Oh. That's quite good, but we don't have time for this. I want to get to the Embers expansion as fast as possible. I think we'll have to do the North expansion then afterwards. The Ragnarok expansion, I think now it's technically a completion instead of the Immortal Throne one. Okay. Perfect. That should do it. Let's go.
By Inanna! I thought the portals were a myth. How did you get it to work? But never mind that right now. You say that Imhotep sent you? It is good to hear the order.
Third act, people, huh?
In the land of the pharaohs. I just hope you're in time. A Telkin is forcing his way into the sacred chamber in the temple of Marduk. It was guarded by the order of Prometheus, and we have all but lost the battle. Hurry, warrior. You must stop him from breaching the sealed chamber.
I love how the voice actors had to kind of like... Alright, here we go. So we finished the Egyptian chapter in under 2 hours. We finished the Egyptian chapter in under 2 hours. That is brutal. That is brutal, people. That is brutal. Flying Energies, how are you doing? Oh, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Uh, with raiding with a party of 17, but Phantom as well. You were over there. Well, 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 you are an angel. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Flying Energies. Then I have to, well, then I have to, if, as I've told you before, if I ever have a community, Flying Energies, you'll be the first person I will, of course, raid. Well, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You were streaming Lost Ark. What were you playing? Because you were done with the other one. With thanks, man. You are welcome. No, I should be the one thankful to you always. And to Phantom, Ashes of Creation. Okay, so you found another game to replace the curse of Drakensang Online. In that sense, you found a way to purge your body from all the poison of Drakensang Online. Yes, Smile. Okay. I get it. You found a game to finally flash away Drakensang Online. Well, as the president of the aliens, then you can now perfectly send your troops to finish off Drakensang Online in that sense. No, it's fun because we were talking the other day about that. Pretty much, we were talking about aliens with District and him about those. Good luck flashing out 35k hours. That much? That much, Flying Energies? That much? 35k hours of Drakensang Online? I can see now why you hate it. Yeah, maybe more XD. Okay. Okay, maybe more even. Maybe more. Okay. No, but it's possible, Phantom, huh? I would say it's possible. 100%. 100% it is possible, without a doubt. If he plays Ashes of Creation, it must be like another isometric action RPG, or is it like an MMORPG, pretty much. But it's from 2012, 2018, every day almost. Oof. That one is hard, huh? That one is hard. That one is hard. Like every single day, I think you mentioned that you were, if you are David, Googling's it's possible. Then last few years I had around 2k to 3k at least. Damn it. Damn it. Well, but think of it like this. I think damn it. Yeah, they got a bump in energy here, the monsters. I finished the whole Greek chapter like under 2 hours, but now the monsters are more powerful. They are 54. In a lot of cases, that one. AOC, Ashes of Creation is a new MMORPG from a brand new studio. It's still in alpha. Ah, okay. Okay, so it's like you decide to go for a totally modern game, in that sense. Completely the opposite. It's okay. It's to purge yourself from the old antics, in that sense. It's pretty well thought, like that. And is it isometric action RPG like this one, or is it more MMORPG like World of Warcraft, in that sense? Never heard of it because it's new, of course. In that sense, still in alpha. I don't like doing those. Like World of Warcraft. Okay. So it's like World of Warcraft and Star Wars: Your Republic, with tap targeting combat and those things. Wow, quite interesting. Yeah, that would probably be a worse remedy than the illness. You can do tap targeting and action combat both at the same time. Well, that's a quite interesting. It's a quite interesting dichotomy that I've always had in that sense. Flying Energies and Phantom. The dichotomy because of if you'd rather choose tap targeting combat or action oriented combat, more you know that MMO people in general, anyone watching this as a YouTuber, you know that nowadays MMORPGs are more like Skyrim in the combat system, in that sense. They are more like Skyrim. Why? Because they went for a more action oriented combat, finally divorcing themselves from the classic formula of World of Warcraft of tab targeting, which is actually Dungeons and Dragons 4.0. I mentioned that when we debated it. In fact, when we played Star Wars: New Republic, pretty much when I was analyzing that one, and basically the idea was that I have the theory that tab targeting combat never reached its full potential, actually. I think it did with Star Wars New Republic because of all of the passive effects that are triggered as you activate the abilities in a sequential order. But there's the debate if modern audiences like modern player base, the modern player base, if they like more action-oriented combat with a crosshair and and more like Skyrim in that sense. I would say that the abstract complexity of World of Warcraft is higher. That's why I missed up targeting combat and I like it a bit more. Because it also requires more APM in general than Skyrim. Another examples of modern MMORPGs that follow this formula, it was all revolutionized by another game called, I don't know if any of you played it, The Exile Realm of Arborea. In that sense, that is the point, is the turning point in which precisely the MMORPG genre made a bit of a transition to it. But that's weird that you can do both tab targeting and action combat in that sense. Generally, it's one or the other. For example, things like the Blade and Soul from NCSoft, they made a full transition to action oriented. I always pose this question in that sense. The idea and the theory is that tab targeting combat, as I've said, it triggers internally a lot of internal effects like passives that you don't see, but you have to dominate, you have to master all of them to be fully efficient in combat. In that sense, the main point as well is that they have a sequential rotation. In that sense, I don't know if that one in particular has a sequential rotation, guys, but the main idea is that games that demand the sequential rotation have a higher abstract complexity of the gameplay mechanics, because they force you to execute your abilities in a very specific order. Instead, if you think of a Skyrim, in Skyrim you can pretty much use any ability in any order. Granted, it is true that fortunately Terra fixed that and established a bit of an order, but generally it's less strict and demanding than the inherited formula of Dungeons and Dragons 4.0 that World of Warcraft actually created. It was the other way around. It's quite interesting, this phenomenon, that for Dungeons and Dragons 3.5, real-time with post-combat system, think about Baldur's Gate or Icewind Dale, it was a tabletop game that inspired Baldur's Gate, but then World of Warcraft inspired Dungeons and Dragons 4.0, which is the tab targeting combat. In that sense, so yeah, pretty much, I would say that tab targeting combat never reached its full potential, because it could have been much more complex than World of Warcraft. I think the ultimate proof of it is Star Wars: New Republic. It creates a lot of internal effects as you activate the abilities that you have to master even more than the sequential rotation. So yeah, a whole internal process. And then Skyrim and MMORPGs that more only use the crosshair and you just aim and attack, with basic attacks even, they are more influenced by both Skyrim and of course Dark Souls. That's one divisive opinion that I've always had in that sense, that Dark Souls it did a lot of good things, but also caused a lot of damage to the style of 3D RPGs, without a doubt. Why? Because it made combat much slower. Well, but the argument of a lot of fans of that game that I debated with, has been that, well, but it made combat more strategic. Then the real problem was that, and I said that it made the combat slower, way too slow for my taste. And then the real debate was, can you have a game with fast combat but still strategic, in-depth combat mechanics? Pekarenko, Sacred 2 Remaster, man, how have you been? I don't see you since last year. Pekarin, how have you been? Are you all right? Well, it warms my heart. For those of you who don't know, Pekarin is was one of my first when I was playing Sacred 2. How have you been, Pekarin? It's been more than a year since Sacred 2. How have you been? Hi, how are you doing? Sacred 2 Remaster, I'm good. How are you? Very well, Pekarin. Very well. Very well, Pekarin. Very well. I wanted to thank you, of course, because you're after so much time. You're still. I always love it when this happens, people. When a person who discovered the stream, it happened to. It is the third time it happens to me that a person who discovered the stream more than a year ago at least remembers it and comes back. No, he's in my Discord. I want to thank you for that. For so many years, in that sense. Well, it's been more than one, in that sense. They're remastering Sacred 2. Really? TitanQuest 2, the one that I think you linked it over at Discord back then. They're remastering Sacred 2. No, please leave me the link over at Discord. They are remastering it. They are remastering that beast. Damn it. I'm good, Pekarin. It's been. I've played a lot of games. In the meantime, after Sacred 2, I continued with Split Second, a racing game, and in terms of RPGs, I did kind of like which one? After Sacred 2, I went for one called Drakensang 1. Oh, you mean Discord? Yeah, on Discord. In here you can, but you have to leave a space in one of the letters, and the rest, please never tell this to any bots, huh? Because that's why I don't have bots on the channel. Before, they were making my life unbearable. If you can leave it here, just add one space on any word and don't tell it to any bot. That's the key. Never tell it to any bot. That's what I told to Ambra, another viewer, the other day. Well, Pekarin, there's a lot of new people. Sacred 2 Remastered. One space in the link. It's quite intelligent. Try with another space, maybe 2 spaces, 3 spaces. Maybe you can do it like that. And otherwise, leave it to me over at Discord. No problem at all, and I thank you. In a sense. Okay, the shield is working very well. I'm trying. I got it. Okay. The shield is working very well. Yeah, sorry, Pekarin, but without that, Ambra could do it, huh? Then I have to ask him what he did. Ambra could do it the other day. Another view. Well, Pekarin, it's like you are being defrozen in time for the channel. I don't know if you watched the bots though. Maybe you watched all of the bots and you tell me no. I've seen everything as a bot in absolute silence from the bushes like a hunter trying to remain silent and vigilant, and maybe you tell me no, bitch, I watched all of your bots. It's just that I don't speak in chat. In that sense, no, Pekarin. The thing is that, well, you may see a lot of new faces since you visited the stream. Once it happened to me with a viewer of Discord, a good friend from Armenia, Keichi98, that when I was playing the Lord of the Rings War in the North, he visited my stream before the pandemic, and if you're watching Keichi, and he still watches, he returned like 4 years, not 4 years, 4 years, close to 4 years. I remember metaphysical analysis. You remember the analysis. Those are still in place, of course. I'm analyzing. Well, I played Drakensang 1, just so you have a little bit of a recap of the channel. I play a game called Drakensang 1, which was like Baldur's Gate, And then that's where I met District, another viewer of the channel. After the thing is that the analysis of Sacred 2, you visited me last time when I was in the jungle region, and the game is so massive. For those of you who don't know, Sacred 2 is, I highly recommend you all play it. It's so massive that when you visited me, Pekarin, the game was so massive that it took me the rest of the year just to finish it. That's the problem. The game world is so massive that it took me the rest of the year to complete it. After that, I started another game called Dragon Sun 1, pretty much, and another one called Spellforce that was an RTS game, pretty much a quite forgotten RTS game that was shitty and terrible. I played Dragon Sun 1, and that's where District found me doing the metaphysical analysis of Dragon Sun 1, which is like a Baldur's Gate clone, a 3.5 Dungeons and Dragons game. And precisely for quite some time, well, then I met a Polish viewer that hated me. Two Polish viewers that hated me because I was against legalization of public prostitution in Poland. That's basically the story of the channel. People can laugh. And after that, the recent history, at least, of the channel. And then, well, District found me, and this amazing person that just rated me again, that I have to rate him back if I ever have a community, of course. Flying Energies, District told him precisely to rate me when I started, when I was playing Dragon Sun 1, and then District asked me to play Dragon Sun Online. And precisely, they are players, Phantom, Flying Energies, all the people that you may see, they are from a game called Dragon Sun Online Community. Flying Energies, even if you raid with one viewer, you would appreciate it. Really, Flying Energies, with one, it's okay. A lot of people will take that as an insult. For example, any big streamers, especially. If I raid with one, it's okay, in that sense. You don't have any problem, because I've seen cases of people with bigger streams that consider it an insult. Okay, okay, okay. If it's with one, it's okay. Okay, perfect, Flying Energies. So yeah, you may, in that sense, Pekarin, the channel has, I've met a lot of amazing friends here. Phantom as well, Ambra. You may see Patrick. Yeah, for me it's everything okay. All are welcome. Perfect then. Perfect. No worries. Perfect. Then I don't have to wait. If at the end of the stream, if at the end of the stream anyone is watching, Ambra, Patrick, anyone who is still, then yeah, if you are on, I'll try to do so. I'll try to do so. I'll do so perfectly. The thing is that it must be the problem for you people. It must be that I finish way too late, right? Because of the difference in time with Europe. But well, maybe someday I can finish earlier, and if you're on, then there I can grab it there. Like I can perfectly synchronize the time zones. There we can do that. There I can do that without a doubt. Perfect. So yes, Pekarin, well, it warms my heart. It happened to me with Keichi, another viewer from Armenia. That precisely, he yeah, for me is right now 12:35 a.m. Well, yeah, I pretty much would finish in need to wake up in 6 hours. Kappa. Yeah, that's the thing. But well, if for whatever reason you are doing a night stream, I will try to check. I'll try to check, and if you are on, I will see how can I synchronize it and 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 do it in that sense. I'll see how I can synchronize it and do it. Maybe I can, one day that I finish the stream 1 hour earlier would be 40 more minutes than now would be the best chance in that sense.
Your inventory.
Maybe when you are doing it, maybe when you do a marathon, Flying Energies, you can do a marathon of of um, of your new game in that sense. And if you do a marathon and you stay on for some 12 hours and you don't die in the process, I will there be able, regardless of the 5-hour difference with Europe in that sense. So well, um, mm, after that, I played Dragon's Angle. I'm analyzing a game called Dragon's Angle Online for Karen, and basically that's where all of these fine gentlemen are coming from, that are all amazing people in that sense. I love it when this happens. Hell yeah, XD! After 3-4 hours of streaming, I'm already dying. Well, you would need to do, if you double that, it would be perfect, because you would be inside you would be kind of like in range of the Americas time zone. Flying Energies, you would be in range of the Americas time zone, which is mine, which is like 5 hours earlier than Europe. Or well, then I don't know. Well, in that sense, the other option would be for me to go to Europe in that sense, but that's not gonna happen for now. That's the other solution. If I'm a full-time streamer, I would stream 8 hours daily. Kappa. Yeah, we all would, I guess. In my in my case, I don't know. 8 hours. It would depend on how much it would be. Since I still don't have any idea of money, of what can provide, but it would depend on that in that sense. 8 hours. In that sense, 8 hours would be brutal. I would have to at least say goodbye to one of my daily activities. In that sense, at least one of my daily activities, I would have to say goodbye. Jobs, in that sense. Either I wouldn't teach English, or I wouldn't develop software. One out of the two. I would need to drop one of them. That would be tough. I don't know. I would need to drop one of them. I don't know. I would have to choose. I don't know. Maybe English teaching as a software development is more profitable. Maybe in that sense. I don't know. In that sense, it would be a tough call for me. It would be a tough call in that sense. But well. But Karen, I'm glad that you remember the crazy analysis, and there's a remaster of Sacred 2. That's brutal news. I cannot fathom the beast that is going to be. In that sense, people, it's a game that I analyzed last year, basically. Sacred 2. I recommended it to you, Flying Energies, to everyone. You have to play Sacred 2 in that sense, and well, the game was so big that when precisely Pekaran visited the stream, I was in a region, and it took me the rest of the year. That's what we have a dimension. It took me the rest of the year to finish the game. That's so you have an idea. Just so you have an idea. You were playing it on console, Pekaran, I think. You were playing it on PS3. Could you finish the game in the end on PS3? I could never know